The buttonholes can make or break the look of the project. If the buttonhole is not right, it will most likely stretch as soon as we start wearing this jacket, cardigan or coat. And then the buttons start popping out of the stretched buttonholes, and before we know it, an otherwise perfect jacket gets tucked into the dark corner of the closet. The buttonhole that we're going to discuss in this tutorial is not like that. It creates a foam edge with minimal stretch. And it is done in one row in just 5 simple steps. Here's what it looks like. As you see, this buttonhole has a foam clean edge that does not stretch much. It fits the button perfectly, and it does not stretch no matter how many times we use it. It just stays the same. Now let's see how we can make it in 5 simple steps. First, work to a spot where you want to place a buttonhole. Make sure you stay on the right side of the work. I'm using a swatch and stockinette stitch to help you better see the process and the result, but this buttonhole will look great on any stitch pattern. So stop where you want to place a buttonhole, then bring the yarn to the front of the work. Then slip the next stitch purlwise. That means you insert the tip of the right needle from right to left into the stitch without twisting it. Slip it from the left needle to the right needle like this. And then bring the yarn to the back of the work. Basically, we are kind of wrapping this stitch. This step is all about forming the bottom edge of the buttonhole, and here's how we do that. Slip one more stitch from the left needle to the right needle and do it again purlwise like this. Then insert the tip of the left needle from left to right into the second stitch on the right needle. That would be the first stitch that we slipped. And then pass it over the next stitch and off the needle like this. This way we bound off one stitch. Now repeat this step to bind off more stitches. How many more? It depends on the pattern instructions in the pattern you're following or on the diameter of the button. So normally the buttonhole should be about 1/4 shorter than the diameter of the button. I'm gonna bind off 3 stitches. So I go in there, slip the stitch, then pass the second one over the first one and do it one more time. Slip and pass this one over like this. The next step is easy. We'll just set up work for shaping the top edge of the buttonhole. To do that, slip this lonely stitch from the right needle to the left needle, and again we do it purlwise without twisting it like this, and then turn the work. Now let's make the top part of the buttonhole, and we'll do it by casting on the number of stitches we bound off plus 1 stitch. It's better to use the cable cast on because it provides the sturdy edge, and to make sure we don't get the bumpy edging over here on the right side of the work, we'll cast on stitches as purls because we are on the wrong side of the work. So here's how we do it. Insert the tip of the right needle from the back between the first and the second stitches on the left needle, like this. Make sure the yarn stays at the front of the work because we're going to be purling. So wrap the needle with the yarn and pull the wrap through. Then form the stitch and place it on the left needle, like this. And now repeat this step to cast on the number of stitches you bound off plus 1 stitch. So for me, because I bound off 3 stitches, I'm going to cast on 4. So this is stitch number 1. Then I repeat this step. I go between the first 2 stitches. Then wrap the needle with the yarn, pull it through, place it on the left needle. This step is a bit fiddly because it might be a bit inconvenient to go in between stitches. If you feel it's too tight, then simply slide the work closer to the tip of the needle like this, and then it will be easier. So this is my 3rd stitch, and 1 more stitch to go. And here we are. So I place it back on the left needle and I have 4 stitches added to the project. Now let's finish off the buttonhole. Turn your work, we are back to the right side of the work. And now slip 1 stitch purlwise from the left needle to the right needle, like this. Then insert the tip of the left needle into the second stitch on the right needle. That's going to be the last stitch we cast on. And pass it over the next stitch and off the needles. This way we brought the number of stitches back to the initial number of stitches. So we got rid of that extra stitch. And when we pull the yarn, we kind of secure the side of the buttonhole. This way we know that the side of the buttonhole won't stretch. And now the buttonhole is finished and we simply continue working on the project. Because this buttonhole is finished in just 1 row, there is no need to remember to do something to this buttonhole in the next row. We can simply continue working on the project until it's time to make another buttonhole. And what is your favorite way to make buttonholes? Please let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching this video and have a wonderful week. I'll see you in the next tutorial.